Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed. And this is a place where healing equals freedom, and it begins within. I help people who feel emotionally stuck, overwhelmed, or caught in repeating patterns understand what's actually going on inside them and what to do next. My work isn't therapy or fortune telling. It's clarity-based, person-centered coaching that blends observation, emotional intelligence, pattern recognition, and practical tools that you can actually use. Together, we identify what's been driving your reactions, relationships, and your decisions, and often unconsciously. And then we can break the chains of karma by building simple strategies for boundaries, regulation, and alignment that fit you exclusively. People usually tell me things like everything clicks quickly for them and they leave feeling calmer, clearer, and more confident about their next steps. So, if you've ever thought, I wish someone could explain what is going on inside me and around me, your path to autonomy and freedom and your divine sovereignty starts right here. So, if y'all are interested for my services, this is how you can get a hold of me. Please email me at divinelytransformed1133@gmail.com. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today, and thank y'all for all of the support across all of my platforms, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed, where healing is freedom and it begins within. And together we break the chains of karma and reclaim our power and rise into divine sovereignty. Your path to autonomy and freedom starts right here. Welcome or welcome back to the channel, whichever the case may be. I'm so glad that you could be here with me today for a reading for Aquarius. You can have Aquarius anywhere in your chart for it to resonate. You could be dealing with someone else who has Aquarius in their chart. And of course, also please keep in mind that these readings won't resonate with everyone. And if it does resonate with you, it could be a mixture of past, present, or future energies, depending upon who is watching. Before I get started with the reading, I do have a promotional at the end of this video. It is just about my services that I offer. If anyone is interested, please feel free to watch until the very end. And hopefully at the end of the video. If it's not at the end, it'll be at the beginning. Either way, you'll see my services. But if it's at the end, that's where it'll be, if you haven't already seen it. And yeah, so hope everyone is doing well. We're going to go ahead and get started. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, what are the most important messages that need to come out? Please and thank you for the sign Aquarius and the cross watchers. So we have improving health. So this could be you, this could be someone around you with improving health. Now this could be anywhere from someone being sick or someone struggling with mental illness that, is improving, whichever the case is, however it resonates, it's going to be about that. So let's go ahead and find the main ideas of this reading for Aquarius. Please and thank you. What are the main ideas of this reading for Aquarius? So we have being ordinary. So this is just an ordinary thing. Somebody is just improving their health in some way, shape, or form. And then we have prosperity here. Geb and Moot. So prosperity is the improving health. And it also leads to other methods of and forms of abundance. So I'm not talking about anything mystical right now. I am just talking about someone's health improving. And your health is your wealth. It's just the facts of it. So let's find out what this is about for Aquarius and their cross watchers. And if you are struggling with some type of a health issue, please contact your doctor or whoever that you need to be in contact with for support for your health and whatever your health is for you. Whatever your health is highlighting for you. So please do not take these readings as a substitute for medical care, mental health care, or anything like that. Perhaps this is your sign that maybe you need to go and seek these professionals in these sectors, if that is what you're struggling with. And if someone is struggling with the feeling like, oh, it's kind of taboo to reach out to mental health professionals, but that's not taboo. That is a very ordinary thing that should be normalized, and it should not be something that should be avoided. It should be a standard, because, I mean, especially for the field of mental health, that is a very ordinary struggle, because so much of us struggle with mental health issues. But this might not even be about that. This could be about some form of your physical health. But your health and your prosperity align. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card. Judgment is the Aquarius Scorpio card. This is the card of Uranus. And this is like making good life choices that is going to be good for you and for the highest good of others. So let's go ahead and find out what all this is. So we've got the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, we got, here you are, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It's in the upright. It doesn't have to be a specific male. This could be a female and a masculine energy. Masculine is not sex or gender oriented. It is in the area of logic and action, provision, protection, and structure and boundaries. We've got the King of Swords here, so represents all of that, as well as transparency, honesty, fairness. Anyone in authority, whether that be police, government, lawyers, whatever, could represent that. It doesn't have to represent that at all. It could just be an air sign. So this is just about honesty, integrity, and fairness, and transparency. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles clarifying this King of Swords here. So this is the investment, right? So the King of Swords exudes this authority because the King of Swords has integrity, a sense of fairness and justice, and they're honest, and you know, they think logically and they problem solve in a logical way. The Seven of Pentacles is about investing your time, your energy, your money, your attention. Like, this is the real investment here, is to invest in boundaries, integrity, honesty, and all of these things. And that is what exudes that real earned power, the power that doesn't get abused, but the power that is earned, the power that only comes through putting your time, your focus, your energy, and your attention into these very same concepts. Here you are, Aquarius, showing up and showing out with your star energy right next to the King of Swords. So, the star, yeah, should have probably did this. It is faith, hope. This is someone who is seen publicly, someone who shines bright, someone who they process emotional topics in a grounded way, in a very unique way with the star. And this is healing. This is real healing and real authority. Please clarify the star. We've got the Ten of Swords reversed. So healing is taking a situation that is old, over, and done, releasing it and letting go. If you have to, this is what you need to invest your time and your energy and your focus into, is letting the hurts of the past go, the endings, letting them go. And that is when the healing can begin, because we can't heal if we're still feeling very emotional about, someone who done us wrong, or about some kind of a relationship ending and abruptly, and it's done and over with. But that's the real healing, and that's what you need to be spending your time, your energy, and your attention into. The healing is letting old situations go and not being afraid to flow into the healing. Having hope, having faith, and doing that all while also staying in your integrity, your confidence, your logical problem solving, your honesty, your transparency, and boundaries. You have to have boundaries with people in order to heal. Some people, they need less access to you, so they can't hurt you anymore. The next card out, we have the Fool. This is the new beginning. So this is being able to let the end go in order to heal. And then the Fool is Aries energy, and this is taking that leap of faith and jumping into your brand new beginning, because you're fully letting the past go. You're not letting the weight of the past and the feelings of the past bog you down, because the healing has taken place. And it takes reflection. It takes learning from it, and it's focusing on it and putting your time and your energy into it and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't, and just really becoming comfortable being in your King of Swords energy. Logic, structure, problem solving, integrity, and honesty. Like, this is what is going to be healing, that the most healing for you, Aquarius. And then to move forward from it after releasing it is amazing. Yeah. And the Six of Swords in the reverse is really moving forward and never going backwards because this is backwards. So like, whenever you truly let something go, you don't go back. You're done. Like, you are absolutely done. And then the Seven of Pentacles, this is all about reflection and retrospection. Like, what are the things that caused the disalignment that led to the ending? And all of those things are your reasons for never going back, for moving forward, never going back. I love it. So after you've spent that time and energy reflecting and realizing all the ways that it didn't work, those are all your reasons why you can't go back. And that is fully integrating, fully healing, and fully moving forward in a very clean and healed way. But it only comes from transparency and the willingness to be honest while you're reflecting about the things that have led to the endings, because, you know, everybody bears responsibility in the endings of relationships, because it's not just the fault of one person. It's every participant. Everybody has a role to play in whatever. And so this is a reading of letting the past, or being able to look back at the past with honesty, fairness, but the compassion with the star. And that's like learning the ways that it would never work, and learning the ways that the ending of this situation has caused in you to notice of different things that remind you of, hey, letting it go is the way to healing. This is not holding on to emotions. This is not throwing stuff in someone's face. This is clean. This is releasing the past, letting go, fully healing, fully integrating, but it only comes with honesty, radical acceptance, and compassion. Then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is in the upright too. So I guess we have an Aries on the board here, because we've got the Fool here, you know, which is a fire sign. We've got the King of Wands. Whether this is the Aries, the Leo, or a Sagittarius, the King of Wands is someone who is confident, who is bold, who is passionate, who is creative, who is hardworking, who is a go-getter. That with the King of Swords, this is aligned action. This is aligned masculine energy. So this isn't gender-based at all. This is action through truth and integrity and fairness and behavior with the wands, and attraction, and other forms of communication other than words, thoughts. The King of Wands, they're very confident, and the King of Wands is the one that's looking back at the past. They're the ones that are doing the reflecting. But it's the King of Swords that needs to be in action here as well, because there is honesty and integrity that needs to happen here to take place. And this is verbal. This is taking a stand for what you believe in and making that clean break and going into a brand new beginning with passion. Please clarify the King of Wands. So we've got the Six of Wands in the reverse, right next to the Six of Swords in the reverse. Because this is saying that returning to the past, returning to endings that need to be released, also creates this Six of Wands in the reverse, which is like a public humiliation. Six of Wands in the reverse is rejection. This is public embarrassment. This is really being seen as like wounded and disempowered. And this is someone who is looking at their past and being like, these were the patterns that have created so much turbulence within me. And it is all about the fear of endings here. But someone who has a fear of endings really just, they really need to seriously evaluate and take the time to, just radically accept things as they are. And this is accepting on how to let endings go, whether that be in relationships or work situations or friendships or family situations, healing, moving forward, not returning to the past, not returning to a state of being disempowered. This is really being in full alignment, but this is like a choice that someone needs to make. So like this energy here, this is all like ordinary energy. Like people return back to old relationships that are not fulfilling all the time. And there's always this sense of loss and failure and embarrassment and shame that comes with returning to that. And that is a message that needs to be paid attention to, because that is like the inner voice of your soul saying, hey, remember me? I'm hurt here because I've been ignored. And you keep going back to these endings, it keeps hurting me. Or you, it's the inner voice of someone here. And this is someone who realizes, hey, in order to take that leap of faith into the brand new beginning, they cannot go back to the past. There should be no fear of the future or the unknown, because the Fool's in the upright and the Six of Swords is in the reverse, which is saying, I'm not going back to that old way of being, to that old way of relating to whoever here. It has done nothing but cause me shame and pain and humiliation and rejection. And this is where true self-mastery comes from, Aquarius, is being able to be honest about all of that in your reflections. Why returning to situations and relationships that are ended is a form of abandoning the self. But moving forward, not going back, and healing and moving forward and taking that inspired action to just make your life as you will, right? Like, this is like the freedom to create your life the way that you'd like to make it after creating a clean ending. Yeah, and that's the Judgment. That is someone learning from karmic patterns and learning from the past and learning from something that they've spent a long time inside of, and something that they've been afraid to give up for some time here. But someone is actually doing the karmic review that is necessary for letting go, healing, moving forward, and not returning, not going back to the person and not going back to the old way of being, and then just creating your life how you would like to create it, because this is someone who is just improving their health, their vitality, their confidence, their ability to work hard and be prosperous. So this is just a deck of different coping skills and different exercises that one can do to really help with the transformational process. So let's go ahead and pull some cards here. So we've got this mental rehearsal for the King of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So the mental rehearsal is about planning ahead can help you overcome social anxiety. So this is definitely King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, planning ahead. Picture yourself at the event that makes you nervous, and then list your fears and your worries. Come up with a calming phrase to say to yourself, like, I will get through this. Everything is going to be just fine, or something like that. Please clarify the Star and the Ten of Swords reverse. We have savoring. To savor is to notice and relish. Ways to savor the moment: owning your accomplishment, expressing gratitude, luxuriating in physical comforts, marveling with wonder. Pick a way to savor something today and repeat this for at least a week. This really helps, like, with gratitude list building. Like, what you're grateful that you're coming away from. What you're grateful that you're letting go of. And then we've got the Fool with the Six of Swords in the reverse, the brand of me. So this is, come up with 5 adjectives you'd like to be known for your brand new full beginning, right? So what is an advertising slogan that people can remember you by? What's your theme song? And what types of images and behaviors aligned with your brand? So this is about reinventing yourself after a long-term situation has ended, and then you're grateful for, the reasons why it's over, and that's like, it's healing. So let's clarify the King of Wands and the Six of Wands. So we have the 5 senses of emotions. And pick an emotion that you'd like to get better at handling. What would you describe it? How would you describe it as a color, this emotion? How would you describe it as weather? How would you describe it as landscape? How would you describe it as sound, this emotion? And how would you describe your emotion as food? So that is some ways that you can really get your senses and everything moving and going the way that they should go, to start reactivating your senses and building the sense of self that you have and that you're destined to come into, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and get the final advice from Archangel Michael to close out this reading for Aquarius. At the end of this reading will be my service promotional. So if you're interested in a reading, please stick around for the promotional, and all of my other information is in the description box below. So admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Admit the truth to yourself. Radical acceptance and radical honesty. Archangel Michael, I appreciate your support, which is, this savoring and the Star, right? I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and acceptance so that I can be lovingly honest with myself and others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength. Yeah. So this is all about admitting the truth to yourself and acting accordingly. Healing moving forward, starting over, reinventing yourself, and healing. So that is what I have for y'all. If this reading resonated with you, please hit the like button. It really helps and I appreciate it. And feel free to leave a comment and share what stood out for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're ready to make meaningful change in your life and want clarity around what's been holding you back, you can reach out to me at divinelytransformed1133@gmail.com. Take what's useful and move at your own pace. Thank y'all for your support in all the ways that y'all do, and I'll talk to y'all soon.